Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Sergeant Neutral Plays Direct Strike Commanders. So it looks like that what we're going to be doing this time around is going to be playing a little bit of what's called kind of like Stetmitten, which is essentially a robotic Zerg. So we're going to quickly just go all the way to tier 2 here, because all I'm really looking for is dropping maybe just a few Zergs here and there. Who are we playing with? We're playing against a Carix, okay, and an Alarak. Very, very cool. So that gives us a fair amount of information in terms of kind of like what we are going to be looking for. I'm going to drop a quick little Zergling right here, and now, Baneling rather. And now we're going to quickly see kind of who we are going up against, because that really kind of determines how we're going to be playing this. Marauders. Okay, so maybe Jim Raynor. So I think we're definitely going to not want to deal with any of this stuff. So we are actually going to be selling all of it. That way, what I want to do is get one of that. And then we can get Gary out, I believe, before the next spawn, which is going to be great. Because these Hydralisks, what I really like about them is that they're kind of like the jack of all trades. They can hit air units, ground units, and they're not as susceptible to the kind of comedic amount of damage that the Marauders can put out. So that should at least help us out in this early game. As you can see, we've also timed it out pretty well to get our second extractor up and running. So now that we've got two extractors, we could probably just hang out and take it easy for a little bit. And now, as you can see, he's got a lot of fire bats. So we are going to be going for, first of all, air units and most likely some bigger single target units. So that's kind of what we're going to be going for. And Corruptor, we could save up for a Mecha Lurker, or we could just pick one up right over here. That'll put over in this corner here. And we are going to have to kind of stagger our units out a little bit here. Because once again, the goal is not necessarily for us to wipe out our enemy. Of course, that would always be nice to wipe out the enemy. But I also just want to make sure that we can hold on long enough and not get blown up too quickly by our guys. That way we can kind of set up and get ready and help our next team coming up. Great. Still no detectors, which is going to be very, very good for us. Excellent, 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 excellent. So now I would be tempted to go straight for tier 3, but I think we are probably just going to need maybe some infestors. I found are really, really helpful, especially now that we get kind of the bonus Ravagers. As, you know, the Roach's Way also spawns a Mecha Ravager, so it essentially kind of is our way, or Stetman's way, of getting Roaches and kind of like those beefier units out and running.
Complete.
Good, 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 good. Going to be slowly but surely burning them out.
Complete.
Yeah, might as well pick that up.
Complete.
Now they were able to pick up on us a little bit earlier than I would like, but you see there's our Mecha Roaches dealing a good chunk of damage right there. And good. I mean, I think this is about as good as we're going to be able to do against this unit here, or at least this commander here, for the moment. I mean, I certainly would like to be doing a little bit better, but they hard counter us pretty well. So I would certainly like to maybe just kind of mitigate that as much as we can. Luckily, we're getting another Roach right here, and I think now that we have that, might be time for us to go straight to tier 3. because he's going full air. So we don't have to worry about losing the air too quickly. And that's what we like to see. Because they're ignoring them, and now all of a sudden we're a huge problem. And we've actually been able to push them off. Beautiful. Alright, good. And our units are kind of chugging in, and we're finally actually able to do a good amount of damage to their backline there. Great. And that means Alarak is able to go in with his supplicants. Excellent. Still not quite able to break their front line, but that'll be okay. Or their defensive line, rather. And here, if we can, maybe just get another 2 Hydralisks. Also, probably go with some Erudition missile launchers in a little bit here. I think getting some missile attack is going to be big. That's concerning. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem, because he's got a lot of Vikings kicking around there all of a sudden. But luckily, we've got a great defensive setup here. So luckily, we've gone tier 3, which is Wunderbar. I think we're just going to sit and chill until we get a Hydralisk, or Ultralisk, rather. Because an Ultralisk might, especially with the upgrades they get, can really bother mechanical units. And, of course, with just the sheer amount of damage that they pump out normally, they're going to be able to really help us. Here, actually, since we're not quite able to pull it off, let's just get a third Infester. Because that way, when the Mecha Ultralisks already show up, we're going to already have the ability to kind of, like, set up a... beautiful. We're already going to have the, basically, setup for the defense. Glorious. Look at all that. Because we essentially just get a full second wave here. Which, so nice. I like very much. And how are we doing? Okay, so we actually were able to touch their front line. Okay, great. Now we can start filling our front line in with the Ultralisks. Because the Ultralisks here are very nice. Already they take 25% reduced damage, and they can stun mechanical ground units in a large area, which is nice. Because good, yeah. So these guys are already... He's already getting a lot of carriers rocking and rolling. I've got the Ultralisks coming in, so it's going to be a relatively air-powerful... air-heavy kind of ally, so if I can take care of the ground for them, which I certainly can, then I think that's really going to allow us to kind of push on ahead here. Yeah, so we just cruised through them.
Not enough minerals.
Boom, and then I do think I need to get my third extractor going. Okay, yeah, great, because there's only 2. So if I can get my third, then I'm able to kind of outpace him a little bit in terms of econ. Which is kind of going to be the key to our success here, I think. Oh, that poor Banshee did not have a great time with that experience. Yeah, so they already have some pretty nicely upgraded Archons, which, while irritating, not the end of the world, especially when it comes to my Ultralisks. Ultralisk could definitely use some Titanium planing, and then grants the Mecha the ability to absorb 25 life from nearby enemy or friendly mechanical units, healing for that amount. So all of a sudden, they just got that much tougher to deal with. Let's also check out kind of our worker units here. We've got a Goliath. I think since we're playing Mecha Zerg, let's go with Our Defiler. Little Defiler boy.
Research
Great, so we'll
complete.
pick that up. We'll be a little weaker this spawn, but that'll be okay. We already have the mothership going. Okay, yeah, so people are really showing up to play. We love to see that. Good, and the Archons aren't going to be hurting our eggs, which is critical. Drop another Ultralisk, and then I would kind of like these guys to just hang out kind of behind their assigned Ultralisks. Perfect. Yeah, because this is going to be a bit of a longer game, I think. Alright, so here comes the Air Force, which is beautiful to see. Yeah, so I'm really going to have to provide some good tankiness on the ground. I would like to pick up the
Research complete.
missile launchers, just so I can help out a little bit against the air. We just want to make sure they don't throw their eggs out in a Psy Storm. Okay, we didn't lose it. Okay, great. We're able to do a good amount of damage to our assigned enemies, which is awesome.
Upgrade complete.
Let's just make sure we upgrade kind of our attacks and defense here. Oh, he's getting 2 Taldarims. Okay, so that was why we were suffering that wave, is he was saving up to get the Taldarim mothership, which is beautiful. The next big pickup we're going to be doing is probably the Mecha Infestor, or, depending on how it goes, I would like to get the Super Gary up and running. I think we're going to get the Super Gary up and running, because we just smashed their line here. That was an unfortunate timing, but that's okay. And bada bing, bada boom, we just picked up their bunker. Excellent.
Not enough minerals.
There's the Super Gary. And they're really committing to anti-air, which is great for me, because that means my ground has a real opportunity here to kind of push them out and push us ahead. So once again, it's all about kind of like reading what your teammates are doing, which I love to do. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Survival Chaos, except it's obviously team focused, so that's rarely a bad thing. Alrighty. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, 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 bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bing, bing. Okay, great. So they're just melting these people. We love to see it. Alright, yeah. So we definitely want some more Mecha Infestors, just because our goal is really, we're the meat. We're going to be sending out as many kind of like waves of Zergs as we can, because as you can tell, they're timed units, but they're obviously not going to be still alive by the time their time ends. So we might as well just dump them. Great, Super Gary really helped kind of keep them all kind of stuck up against the wall there. And we'll just keep on keeping on here. I think because we're doing so well right here, I think what we might do now is save up to get the Extractor, 375, keep the Econ going, and, you know, hope for a quick game, plan for a long one, is kind of the motto here. And that's the quick game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this quick little game. I will be back with another one in just a little bit. So I'll see you there. Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another game. So last time we had a good success with our dear friend Stetman with his mechanical Zerg, and it looks like we are playing as Raynor this time around. So it's going to be a fun kind of like little shift of energy here. So we are going humans. So I'm going to place you here. I'll probably place that right there. Probably get a couple vultures because the vultures' spider mines are devastating, especially in the early game. We'll probably sell them later on once we kind of discover what we're going up against here. Looks like maybe mechanical Zerg. Are we going up against Stetman? Because so that is Matt and Horner, so that's going to be heavy air. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. So probably a lot of Vikings, some Duskwings could be a lot of fun. And we're up against a Dahaka in purple. Okay. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Definitely slap out a quick little Viking, because that's covering both air and ground. Which is just kind of what I'll be going for right now. 2 air range and 1 ground attack range. Oh, and we've got a... Oh, what's her name? Oh my god, Kerrigan. Good. Alrighty, so... Deuces. Oh yeah, so I should just have the supply drop going as much as I possibly can. And of course, this is actually the weekly brawl, so you can tell by my count up here, it's going a lot faster. Of course, since we are playing as Terran, we're going to be switching Terran mode, and that's awesome. We were able to actually kind of like beat our wave, which is always what we're looking to do. So, just throw a little Spectre down. Because the goal is, of course, to go pretty much all the way up to Hyperion here. So, if we can... I'm going to see how we do on our wave. It looks like our other waves are doing quite well, actually. Okay, and there we go. Oh, we're up against a Dahaka as well. Okay. Got it. So the thing is, our Kerrigan player is doing real well. So I do think we'll be able to afford to go all the way to Tier 2. I mean, Tier 3, rather, right away. And our Spectre's just taking little pot shots here and there. That's fine. I always like to kind of have a cloaked unit by one of the sides there, just as a little bit of harass. Of course, I don't expect them to, like, win the game for me single-handedly, but yeah, it's never bad to have just a little bing, 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 bing here and there. So, alright.
Upgrade complete.
Great. So that went very well for us. We've got 2 free orbital scans, just kind of hanging out and waiting. If we can just go straight for a Hyperion, that might just be exactly what we do here. Yeah, because our Kerrigan is doing super well. Yeah, so I think we might just hang out here for a bit. We've got 3 Deimos Vikings rolling through. Oh, this is another Han and Mirror? Yeah, Han and Horner, rather. So yeah, I'm just going to sit and wait, and we're going to pick up the Hyperion, I think. Because normally I wouldn't do something nearly as aggressive as this, but because our teammates are holding on against them so well, I think we do... I mean, if there's going to be any time to do it, it's going to be now. And then we finally have our strongest unit on the field. There you go. That's a free little pickup for us. And, you know, this is getting cheaper and cheaper. Because as opposed to, you know, of all units by 5 until they are placed... And then Hyperion cost is reduced by 50 instead. So that's why I'm just kind of saving up, making sure that, you know, we are so close already to getting the Hyperion. that while this is certainly an aggressive play, I don't think it's the wrong one at all. And there's our little Spectre just being a little nightmare there. Boom, taking out the bombing run.
Charge it.
Excellent. We're doing... I'm so happy with how this is going. Because the thing is, once we get Hyperion, that's already kind of like... That's something we can really build and anchor our entire play around. Because it's not like you're ever disappointed to have the Hyperion with you. It's the Hyperion. I mean, point defense drone, advanced targeted systems, the Yamato cannon, like... It could be a real nightmare for most things to deal with. I'm not AFK, thank you.
Charge it. Let's make it.
Not only am I not AFK, here's the Hyperion, baby.
Fortune favors the bold.
Okay, great. So now that we have that, we can do the target damage for all nearby units by 2, which is always pretty swell. Great. And now let's finally feel like we can finally start contributing. So let's get all of our little kind of Vikings going. I think we can definitely start dropping some battle cruisers. Advanced optics, yeah, let's just pick up an extra range. I'm never bummed out about being able to shoot our enemies long before they're able to shoot us. Yeah, the Haka just got melted. We'll pick that up. Then we can get probably the Phobos weapon systems and whatnot. We knock them back. You're really gonna have to do something about those Ultralisks, but I think once again, getting the battle cruisers, it's gonna be like a full air kind of whoopsie-daisy type of adventure here.
Ah, how exciting! Who called in the fleet?
Because once again, our Hyperion is still here, like 2 waves after engaging. Like, it's not doing well, like, health-wise, but it's still present. Actually, it's doing okay, all things considered. We'll pick that up. And we'll slowly but surely kind of push our way through. Kind of ensure that our dear... Oh, yep, battlecruiser. Anti-air missiles, and then the Phobos weapon systems. Yeah, so it's a real kind of quality over quantity type of experience here. Oh my god, are we gonna have 2 Hyperions kind of rocking and rolling here? Well, we do. We have 2 Hyperions on the field. That is awful to deal with. That one little rocket came up and ruined it, but that's okay. That's understandable. Alright, so now we're gonna have to pick up another battle cruiser.
Get him a butt.
Take no prisoners.
Take no prisoners. Don't worry,
Cauterize the
I will
area.
not. Boop. We'll put a little buddy right there, a little friend of yours. And then I think we can maybe switch it up with maybe some Dusk Wings.
Commencing bombardment.
Because I don't see a ton of detection around here.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
And I wouldn't mind having some like real dedicated anti-ground units. Shockwave missile battery, interesting. Alrighty. There's our vulture mines, just being a nightmare for pretty much everything involved.
Upgrade complete.
Yeah, and if we can just really find a way that we can melt these Dahakas, we're going to be in very good shape. So we're able to hold them in line until we have our friends here show up. Glorious. And we still have a couple battleships up and running.
There's
Sterilizing.
it's Bell is here.
Ultrasonic
Full
pulse.
attack.
Let's get another battle cruiser
Who
going.
called in the fleet?
15% weapon speed, that's always nice.
Research complete.
And yeah, the Tarasques. We have 2 Tarasques. Yeah, so we've really been able to get kind of like our big spooky units out and running. I will pick up my 4th refinery, because that's just going to be super, super helpful for us in the long run. So we're able to knock them out of the sky. I think I am going to need some more Vikings, though. After picking up this vehicle and ship plating.
Not enough minerals.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, anything that's in the sky is no longer in the sky pretty quickly after this happens. Bada bing, bada boom, 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 boom. We are going to need some detectors. Do we have anything that's like an actual detector? No. Alright. That's fine.
Fortune, I love a good raid. Ready to blunder.
And boom. There is their cannon that goes down. Glorious. And I would... What if we just got a whole bunch of vultures rocking and rolling here?
Alright, bring it on.
Not enough minerals.
To kind of provide a ground wave, but most importantly, getting the
Research.
vulture mines as well as the Cerberus mines. Yeah. We're currently just winning the air engagements. There's just no two ways about it. We will pick up afterburners as well. Oh, yeah. We can't let those build up. We also want to make sure we're really keeping... Here, I'll do an autocast on tier 4. Awesome. There's our detector. And here comes our waves. This looks a lot spookier now than it did just a little while ago. Now we're going to pick up a battle cruiser.
Who called in the fleet? Full attack.
Yeah, those poor Reapers just have such a bad time at the beginning. And they're already tier 3. Alright.
Upgrade.
Let's ensure we don't feel too naked standing in front of our dear opponents. Because the thing is, we control the skies at this point. The thing is, I would like to control them harder.
Upgrade complete.
I think we can do that. Okay. So it's really going to be these little guys, which are going to be, in a weird way, the most annoying thing. Because they're... But those swarm hosts are always kind of like one of the guys that I always want to work so well in every game I play, but in every game I play, it just doesn't work out the way I hope it does. It just doesn't work. Good. Might have been talking maybe a little too much smack about our air dominance. So let's make sure that I can put my money where my mouth is here.
Not enough.
There it is. Okay. Boom. There's all of our little mines, which are helping to soften up our ground enemies, which allows our Kerrigan to, you know, run through a little bit easier. And good. Her creep is really expanding quite nicely.
This could get messy. They ain't targets acquired.
Pick up a Banshee. We'll pick up some Duskwings back here.
Not enough minerals.
There
Not
it is.
enough minerals.
That way we can pick up these upgrades. The Cloaking Field and the Shockwave Missile Battery. Oh. It looks like
Not
we'll be
enough
picking up some medics here
research
pretty soon.
Complete.
Especially if they can heal units and make them take 15% less damage. That feels like that's going to be helpful for everybody. Alright.
Research complete.
You guys are only 75 each? Okay.
The doctor is in. The doctor is in.
Not enough.
The doctor is in.
So we've got our poor
Not enough.
little medics here. They're gonna be running up against literal hell here.
Complete.
This place is a whole hell of a nightmare, but here we go. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. Some cloaked banshees that are able to kind of come in here, do a good amount of damage without getting picked up on. Kind of hide behind the chaos of everything.
Time to
And the medics are
you.
very helpful, so let's just make sure we get
Not enough minerals.
as many as possible.
Ooh, sounds serious.
Ooh, sounds serious. Maybe you got no idea how serious this is about to get. I'm good. So we still have our kind of a Viking setup here. Good, good, good. And here comes our wave. I mean, look at that nonsense. That Dahaka's getting big though. That's a starting to get to be a bit of a spooky Dahaka. Excellent. Our medics are pumping out the heals as fast as they can, bless their hearts.
Take no prisoners. Who called in the fleet?
Who called in the fleet? Alright, so they're really coming in pretty hard here. But the thing is, they're not quite able to push. It's just this wildly huge line of
Cauterize the
swarm hosts, which are really holding the line for them. But the good news is we're starting to kill their turrets, which is a big blow to kind of their defensive capabilities here. Great, I'm seeing some Vikings still operational.
I'm gonna enjoy screaming
Let's
here.
just make sure we also get kind of our Dusk Wings just fully out.
Engine screaming.
If we can break through here, we might be able to just take him here. Maybe. Oh no, our focus is all off. Or is it not? Or is it? Oh, that was nuts. That was nuts. So thank you so much for watching this, guys. We are going to be back with another game in just a moment. See you then. Hello. We are back with another game here, and we are playing as Kerrigan, as she's made it very clear to us. So I think we're immediately going to slap her down. We're going to pop Heroic Fortitude, I think, pretty much immediately. Let's reposition this one over here. And, of course, let's get the Extractor up and running. Because, once again, this is kind of the weekly brawl. I like the weekly brawl a lot more. Mostly just because it is a faster paced game. And since it's a little bit faster, I like to get more going. And it's honestly, I think, maybe a little bit better practice if you're just starting out. Just because it really forces you to stay on your toes and all that good stuff. So it looks like we're going up against a Stukov, a Swan, and I guess a Mira and Han, a Tychus. Interesting that he's upgrading right away, but, you know, he might know something I don't. So we are just going to ride that wave. So yeah, we're definitely going to be picking up Heroic Fortitude after this. There you go. Because I don't think we need much more than Kerrigan at the Momo. That Reaper, that could be... It's not Mansk, I don't think. But here, let's switch it up. Let's get in Overlord. Look at him. Look at our little buddy. It's the fastest Overlord in the West. Alright. Hydralisks, Probably we just get a bunch of Mutalisks. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to need the Mutalisks because it's really going to help cut down on the number of basically units we're going to be going up against as a general term. And then we get the second extractor pretty much right on drop. We also want to make sure we get this Malignant Tumors going. 30% attack speed on creep is pretty sweet. So, we want Vicious Glaive and Severing Glaive. Just because, once again, Stukov is really a mass unit type of guy. So the more anti-mass that we can have, the better we will get. Yeah, see, that's just super irritating. But the key is just making sure she gets all of the upgrades she needs. Okay. Did not go as well as I would have liked it to, but that's just fine. It's that swan thing. The swan kraken drill or something like that is a nightmare for us to handle. But if we get our healer going, like the Zerg Queen, that might provide us with just enough more transfusion and resistance for us to kind of get to where we need to go. Yeah, because then we're just going to be getting Tarrasques, probably some Broodlords as well. There is the Extractor, which we will get the Tier 3 Extractor right away. Because, hey, baby, you guys know me. I love me my gold. I love me my money. And, it doesn't matter if it's blue or gold or green or whatever. Money is money, and I'm here to enjoy every aspect of it. Oh my god, I've been monologuing about money, but did not use money. Okay, go me, smart boy. Alright, boop. Gonna drop another tumor. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. And once again, they can all turn into Broodlords, which should be pretty neat. I don't think they'll all be going Broodlords. But there'll probably be a good amount of them that go Brood. And yeah, so right now, there really isn't any indicator of how this game is going to go. It's just going to be kind of chugging along, I think, for just a little bit here. Hydralisk, yeah, let's get some Tarrasques going. So we're going to go straight to Tier 3. Yeah, so already the healing has helped. There's just so many of these units. But the good news is we're able to kind of keep them off of us. At least not have us be an absolute liability for our friends. Lurkers could be interesting. I don't think we need to go Lurker, though, right away. I'd rather have a stronger front line.
Mutation.
Did we get him? Yes, we got him. That's awesome. That's dope. Okay, that makes me very happy. So in goes the Tarrasque. Alright. Not gonna lie, that didn't go quite as well as I would have hoped. But it went. Of all the ways it could have gone, it certainly went a way. We will be doing that, and that. I mean, might as well just make them the biggest Tarrasques that we can. So I'm also trying to think, if we see him start to do some air units, then we might keep the Mutalisks, but right now, I don't really think. I think we can just get some Broodlords going, some Tarrasques and whatnot. Yeah, because they are going to start pushing into us. So we're probably going to lose our cannon here. That's going to be okay, though. I am going to push her back here just a little bit.
You're trying my patience. Not recommended.
Yeah. Yeah. Make her ranged, please. Please make her ranged. That's what keeps her alive a little bit longer. Let's make her ranged. Alright, so we are starting to get... Okay. We're starting to get a good push going here. And ranged Kerrigan doing great work. Okay, yeah, so we just need more.
Mutation complete.
Honestly, great call. I think I missed that. Yeah. Oh well. But that also means we can get some more Tarrasques coming in soon. There's some big explosions there. Okay. So maybe that wasn't the greatest initial example. Yeah, so they're gonna push in through us. That's fine. Because the thing is, in my mind, what we really need is really just for our big boys here, our mercs, to really get rocking and rolling. Because if the mercs are able to go, then I feel like we're going to be in pretty good shape. Yeah, because that just wiped them out. And boom, they're back. Awesome. And I think what we're also going to be doing...
We require more minerals.
Kerrigan's stun? Does she have a stun? Yeah, we're going to move you, buddy, because if I can't touch
You're
you...
trying my patience.
Units are slowed, that's fine.
Mutation complete.
Yeah, because they're starting to get a real presence in the air. Which we are able to counter. Good, good, good. And then I do need to get that fourth extractor up and running. Because Bump the Knight is really doing some damage to me here. Yeah, so I'm going to get this extractor, and then maybe do kind of a mass Zergling? Raptorling? That could be interesting because there's a lot of good upgrades for them. 10 life.
Process complete.
Alrighty, here we go. So now let's also make sure we get a whole bunch of raptorlings. Because I do think this will be helpful.
We require more minerals.
Yeah, because there's no AoE right now. Let's make sure we do her. Okay. Yeah, we just don't quite have what we needed here. There's a lot of... Yeah, alright.
I am the
Push forward. Maybe if she goes melee this time around. Yeah. Oh well. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode of Sergeant Neutral Plays Direct Strike. Obviously, there's some stuff about Kerrigan that I need to work on a little bit more, but that's kind of the fun part of doing random commanders. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't, hit that dislike button and tell me what I can do better in the comment section down below. But this is Sergeant Neutral, wishing you guys, especially my dear patrons, a very, very good rest of your day. Bye-bye.